Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to live coverage here from Dwyer Stadium as the Batavia Muckdogs, coming off of a big-time victory last night over the Elmira Pioneers, take on the Jamestown Tarpskunks. I'm Nikita Lohman. I'll be taking you through this one. And the Muckdogs, coming into this game, of course, as I mentioned, off an offensive explosion last night. Scored 13 runs, had 14 hits, and walked 7 times. A fantastic approach at the plate. And when I talked to hitting coach Khalid Cox about it, he preached their aggression. He said that early in the count is when you're going to get the best pitches to hit. You see all the data in today's game about the difference between being behind in the count versus ahead. It's the difference between an elite hitter and a subpar batter. And he talked a ton, again, about swinging at that first pitch because that's when you're most likely to get a heater. So look to see more of that as we get into this ball game. Another thing to look forward to is the pitching on the mound for the Muckdogs today. It'll be Ethan Papasek making his Batavia debut. Compared to Gavin Chandler last night, it will be a different style of pitching. Chandler, a guy with some big-time velocity on the mound. Got a heater in the low 90s, reaches as high as 92 miles per hour on that four-seam fastball. Got an interesting arm slot, as you'll see as we get into this game. And on top of all that, he's got 4 pitches. Papasek, a guy who is sure to bring the heat on the mound. And it's not surprising seeing Coach Martinez, Coach Grant, and Coach Khalid Cox go to a guy with some heat. As the last time these two teams played, just a few days ago on Thursday in Jamestown, of course, Pablo Sainz took the mound, a guy with a heater in the 90s, the low 90s. He was great, won 3 shutout innings, did not allow any runs. So it makes sense to go with that continuity. If there's any confusion with the thumbnail of this stream, you are in fact in the right place. Just some technical difficulties being sorted out. This is June 1st coverage of the Batavia Muckdogs hosting the Jamestown Tarpskunks. We'll get that fixed up here in just a moment. Again, my apologies for any confusion. We are back here from Dwyer Stadium. Again, this is coverage of the June 1st matchup between the Batavia Muckdogs and the Jamestown Tarpskunks. Spoken a bit earlier about the Batavia side of action. Now, let's talk a little bit about Jamestown. Of course, last season finished 19-25. Were knocked out in the playoffs by Batavia. But this year, just a 2-game sample so far, but they have been great. They've gone 2-0, beating Batavia and Elmira. And that big start is fueled by 2 big bats. Those 2 bats, Nathan Borchar and Justin Bremner. Borchar and Bremner today will be batting in the meat of the order, second and third, back-to-back. Double B, as some people may want to call it. They both had extra base hits in crucial moments versus Batavia back on Thursday. It was all Muckdogs early on, at least in the pitching department. But those 2 sparked the rally that ultimately put the Tarpskunks ahead for good. Looking deeper into the numbers, Jamestown leads the West Division in slugging percentage so far at .448. On a chilly day like today, where the ball won't be flying, don't expect the long ball, but do look out for this Jamestown team to hit the ball into the gaps. If they get their runners moving, that is how they win ball games. That's what they've shown so far. And looking on the flip side, on the pitching department for the Tarpskunks, they've got a new arm making his season debut in the form of Colin Bola. Bola just finished his sophomore season at Penn State Barrett. He made the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference third team this season, finishing second in the league with 68 strikeouts. He threw 58 and 2/3 innings over 11 starts and had a 4.91 ERA. He's got a 4-pitch mix, almost Gavin Chandler-esque, a lefty southpaw on the mound with a few different pitches. A heater that will sit around the mid-80s, maybe on a cooler day like today. I know it is June 1st. But the temperature here in Batavia, first pitch will be 55, 56 degrees, so better than last night. Does not feel too brisk. But again, you'll see some sleeves from the guys, not what you're accustomed to seeing this late in the year. But anyways, enough of the weather. Back to Colin Bola. Bola, 4-pitch mix of fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. That heater may dip into the lower 80s, generally a mid to upper 80s fastball. As the rosters are announced, lineups ready to be introduced, we take a break and pause for our national anthem. After a nice rendition on the electric guitar, we have a few first pitches that will be out there, a few special guests who will toss the first pitch. But while they do that, let's talk about the man on the mound for Batavia today. Briefly did a sneak peek. It'll be Ethan Papasek. Papasek hailing from Rochester, Michigan, not New York, Michigan. Came back home to the Michigan area this season pitching for Lansing Community College, where he was excellent. Across 29 and a third innings of work, he had a 3.07 ERA, struck out 38 batters. And what to expect from him, pitch mix-wise, expect a heater. He tops out at 92 miles per hour from more of a side arm slot, a little funky, some deception for these Jamestown hitters to deal with. A slider, which has a very high spin rate, which, if you don't know what that means it's going to move a ton. The more your slider spins, the more break it's going to get in the direction you want it. So expect some nasty sliders to go with that heater. Also throws a curveball and a changeup. And Papasek, currently in the transfer portal, looking for a new place to play after his redshirt sophomore season. Now let's take a look at the lineup that Papasek will be going up against. Leading off and playing shortstop, it'll be Brady Marshall. Following him up, Nathan Borchard, the catcher. Batting third, the designated hitter, Justin Bremner. Cleanup, the first baseman, Nolan Smith. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Eric Weeks. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Ty Lagoni. In the seventh spot, it'll be the extra hitter, Dom Costello. Batting eighth and playing left field, it's Nico Frizzell. In the ninth spot, Aiden Nolasco. He'll be playing second base tonight. And rounding out the order, it's the center fielder, Matthew Dumas. Of course, on the mound, as I mentioned previously, for Jamestown, it'll be Colin Bola. Papasek just finishing up his warm-up pitches now on the mound. We're just about a minute away from first pitch here at Dwyer Stadium. But while we have a moment, let's talk about some of the changes, of course, as these teams played just a few days ago. Looking at the lineup we just mentioned, some of the differences today that we did not see, or Matthew Dumas was leading off, still playing center field tonight, but now he'll be rounding out the order, batting 10th. We will not see Eddie Delansky. Delansky had a base hit last time. On top of that, not a ton of changes. A lot of the same guys in this lineup today who we saw. I mentioned it previously in case you may have missed it. Nathan Borchard and Justin Bremner. Those two have had hot starts to the season. They did damage against Batavia on Thursday. I'm sure those two. Ethan Papasek has circled as guys that he needs to not let hurt him today. The guy behind them, Nolan Smith, also a dangerous bat. We'll talk more about him when he comes to the plate. Papasek sets. He'll face Brady Marshall, who's ready. And the first pitch in there for strike one, and we are underway. First pitch temperature, 54 degrees. A cloudy, brisk Sunday afternoon. Still got tons of fans here in attendance for this home opening weekend in Batavia. Papasek's 0-1. Breaking ball. That went outside, and it's 1-1. One coming home. That one fouled away. First base side out of play. Brady Marshall, hailing from Worcester, Ohio, batted a .222 in his collegiate season. The 1-2 pitch. That one, slider outside. And the count is 2-2. Papasek delivers. Another slider. Marshall leaves it off the outside corner. And the count is now 3-2. Three-two pitch. Low, ball 4. And Marshall opens up this contest with a base on balls. And now, stepping into the box, it's the catcher, Nathan Borchard. Just a quick correction to make on that Jamestown starting lineup. Brady Marshall, who you just saw, will be playing third base. Ty Lagoni is the shortstop. Nathan Borchard. Again, 2 hits in the last time these two teams played, as he'll take strike 1. Borchard had a big season with King University. The North Carolina native popped 8 home runs, as there he swings and misses for strike 2. And that's on theme for what we've discussed this Jamestown team has done so far. They've thumped the ball. Again, they lead the West Division in slugging percentage in the early going. And he, to this point, is the main reason why. As here he lines one right back up the middle, and that's a base hit. 2 runners on here early for the Skunks. And now, digging into the box is the second of the 2 in the double B, Justin Bremner. Bremner did big damage the last time these two teams played. He's got an opportunity here early on to really set the tone for the Tarpskunks. First pitch he sees, lined over the head of a leaping Koppel and into right field. It gets by Dodonna, and that will allow Marshall to score the first run of the ball game. 3 batters, 3 base runners. It's 1-0 Jamestown. And right there, we really saw almost Jamestown taking a play out of Batavia hitting coach Khalid Cox's game plan. They swung at the first pitch. They've been aggressive, but also Brady Marshall not expanding the zone to set things off. And for Papasek, just about the last start that you'd want to this ball game. Let's see how he can settle in. Before the game, speaking with Coach Grant Bickham, the pitching coach for the Muckdogs, he preached mentality. The first pitch to Nolan Smith is in there for a strike. Smith, no let-up, the 2024 SUNYAC Rookie of the Year for SUNY Cortland. Has a big bat at the plate. 0-1 pitch. That one just misses, and the count is 1-1. But going back to mentality, the best way to prove that, where your mentality is tested, is when you go up against a challenge. And Papasek, I'm sure he expected or envisioned a 1-2-3 inning or something of the sorts to start out this ball game. But guess what? That didn't happen. Jamestown had a good approach. They came through. Now it's on to him to show off that dog on the mound. Stop the bleeding. It's only 1 run. Settle in, pump in strikes, and let the good things happen. So here he'll check in on the runner. No one came to cover second base. Papasek wisely fired it over to Castrotaro at a shortstop position to avoid any sort of error. The pitch. That one inside, and it's 3-1. Seen a few good pitches from Papasek so far that have just missed a corner, maybe a touch low. He'll have to battle back. He's behind 3-1 on Nolan Smith. And that one's outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with Tarpskunks. And still, nobody out. Now Eric Weeks comes to the dish. Weeks, teammates with one of the big two on this Tarpskunk team in college. He attends Canisius University alongside Justin Bremner. Hit .234, had a .317 on base percentage this season as a redshirt freshman. And the first pitch he sees is a ball outside. Weeks, a Pittsburgh native, popped 4 home runs during the regular season. The first pitch from Papasek is a strike. Inman and Fry are in at the corners, as there is a swing and a miss through a slider. Papasek showing off that nasty slider with a ton of spin right there. One-two count coming home from the right-hander. Goes back to the slider, that one off the plate. No offering from Weeks, and it's 2-2. Weeks started at third base on Thursday. Now he's in right field. And he'll take that one outside. And the count is full. No place to put Weeks, the 5th hitter in this lineup. Bases loaded, nobody out. Big pitch coming from Papasek. He sets, kicks, fires. Ground ball third base. Backhanded, the throw coming home in time. James Bolton, the catcher, could not transfer it. They wouldn't have gotten it out at first anyway. And that is a big first out for Papasek. A nice play there. Inman was drawn in, so less time to react, but nonetheless, calmly fielded, stabbed at it with the glove, threw it home well in time. No panic from the rising sophomore. As now, into the box, it's Ty Ligoni, who takes a strike. A 1 offering. Breaking ball, tried to front door it. Just missed, maybe a little low, maybe didn't clip that inside corner. Counts 1-1. The corner infielders on the lip of the grass. Middle infielders back in double play depth as Ligoni waves through a 1-1 heater and falls behind 1-2. The 1-2 offering. Again, went for that front door breaking ball. Couldn't get it back on the plate, and it's 2-2. Two-two count now. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. A big second out there for Ethan Papasek. He's got a chance now. He's one batter away from getting out of this thing, just allowing 1 run. The man trying to break that rhythm he started to build up. Dom Costello. Costello, the extra hitter in today's lineup, takes a ball outside. Costello was featured in this lineup on Thursday. That one in there for a strike. Both games has not been in the field. The designated hitter that night. Tonight, he's the extra hitter. One pitch coming home. That one upstairs. Counts 2-1. Two-one pitch. In there for a strike two. Papasek, after facing a bases-loaded jam with nobody out, is just one pitch away from getting out of this ball game. Getting out of this inning, allowing just one. And the pitch is fouled back. They'll do it again. Costello, a guy with a strong strikeout to walk rate, walked 18 times, struck out 23 at Gannon University this season. Everyone strives for a walk per strikeout. The 2-2 pitch is fouled back once again. The sophomore left-hander staying alive in the box. He had good success in the box at Gannon, had a .314 average, a .449 on base, and a .442 slugging percentage this year. He'll foul one off third base side out of play. This at-bat starting to get lengthy as the 8th pitch from Papasek to Costello is about to come home. And that pitch in there for strike three. Papasek clips the outside corner and dances his way through a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam, allowing just one run. A huge job from the young right-hander, and after a half inning of play, Muckdogs are down 1-0. Jamestown 1, Batavia coming to bat. As we return for this second inning, well, we will not show you the Tarpskunks lineup again. Let's show who will be starting today for your Muckdogs in this lineup. Batting first and playing shortstop, it'll be Tyler Castrataro. Castrataro started last game. Batting second, it's the extra hitter, Braden Reyna. In the third spot, it's the designated hitter today, Cooper Romick. Batting fourth, playing first base, it'll be Brian Fry. In the 5 spot, once again playing third base, Jackson Inman, one of the stars of last night's contest. Going back to left field and once again hitting sixth, it's Sean Mindas, as the first pitch from Colin Bola to Castrotaro is inside for ball one. Finishing off that Batavia Muckdog lineup, it'll be James Bolton batting seventh and catching. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt low. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Luke Dodonna. He's back after having yesterday off. A new face in the starting lineup, the second baseman, Cameron Koppel, will bat ninth. And rounding things out, the center fielder, Travis Hammond. As it's 2-1 on Castrotaro. He takes that one inside for a ball. Castrotaro reached base safely all 4 times he came to the plate last night. Had an RBI single, advanced to second on difficulty fielding from the right fielder. There's a swing and a miss. Got hit by 2 pitches, and he also walked. Versus Jamestown, he got 1 at-bat in the 9th. As he takes that one inside, continues his patient ways, gets on base with a leadoff walk. Braden Reyna digs into the box. Another guy who had his fair share of success yesterday. Flashes bunt, pulls back and takes a strike there. It's 0-1. To be exact, Reyna went 3 for 5 last night. Had a few base knocks. The 0-1 offering from Bola will not be made. He checks on the speedy Castrotaro at first. He's back well in time. Reyna, a guy who, no secret, he's got a ton of talent in that stick. The 0-1 pitch. That one in the dirt away. It's 1-1. Spoke about it a bit yesterday if you were here for this one, for that one. Had an OPS over 1,000 at Monroe Community College in his freshman season. He walked 10 more times than he struck out, and he stole 27 bases on top of all that. The 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball. That one drops in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Not often you see a guy who can hit for pop, has major wheels, and also controls the zone as well as Reyna does. That's why he's at the top of this order. It was in the 1-2 pitch. That one outside. He leaves it. It's 2-2. Reyna, normally in the outfield, the extra hitter for this one. Castrotaro off on the pitch. It hits Reyna, so it doesn't matter. And 2 runners are on for the Muckdogs with nobody out. After giving up just 1 run in the first, holding Jamestown after they were threatening for more, Batavia is set up to do damage in the first. And the man looking to do that damage, Cooper Romick. Romick caught yesterday. Today, the designated hitter. Day game after night game, giving him a little bit of time off his feet. Still want that bat in the lineup, though. He's at third in every contest so far. As he cuts on and misses at the first offering from Bola, it's 0-1. Romick fouls that one back. It's 0-2. An interesting thing that you see with collegiate summer ball play is guys from different divisions of athletic competition. Romick, a D1 catcher, made the all-conference second team this year, playing for Lemoyne College. He swings and misses, and he strikes out on 3 pitches against Bola, who, as I was about to say, a Division III arm. Shows that there's talent at every level of baseball. Just because one guy is D1 and another guy is D3 does not mean that they both can't play. You put these players on a field together, and they're all going to put out strong performance. As now Brian Fry digs into the box with 1 away. First pitch from Bola. That one is low for ball 1. Fry has started all 3 games so far this season, but has played a different position in every one. Today, he's starting at first base, but yesterday, he was the left fielder, and the day before that, he started at shortstop. A true utility man. So that one in for a strike. Fry can't just play multiple positions. He also does a ton of different things at the plate and in the field. An all-defensive caliber defender, as he made an all-defensive team for Toledo University. He's also a guy with 20-plus stolen base speed, as he takes a slider away for ball 2. Two on 1 count on the senior left-hander. Bola steps off, trying to keep Castrataro close at second. Castrataro off for third. The throw is never made. A great jump. Smartly following him at first base is Braden Reyna. It's a double steal, and the Muckdogs have 2 ducks on the pond. Runners at second and third with just 1 away for Brian Fry. The pitch also was outside. It's a 3-1 count. Bola's 3-1 offering is outside, ball 4. The bases are loaded with Muckdogs. Interesting to note, they've done it without putting a single ball in play. Castrataro walked. Reyna was hit by a pitch. After Cooper Romick struck out Brian Fry, as you just saw, drew a walk. A contactless inning so far, but the Muckdogs are threatening. And the threatening figure of Jackson Inman steps up to the plate. First pitch. That one outside once again. Inman had a big day at the plate yesterday. Went 2 for 3 with a triple, 2 RBIs. Also was patient, took his walks. Another guy who in his freshman season showed off a ton of talent. As that one is foul tipped, it's 1-1. 1-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch. That one low and away, and it's 2-1 now. Good plate discipline there from Inman. That one just a few inches off the outside corner. That one lined into center field. There is Dumas. He fires into third base as all the runners tag up. Castrataro scores. Reyna safe at third. Fry stick to first base as smart play. They likely would have had him at second. The ball game is tied up at 1. Still in striking distance with runners at the corners here with 2 outs, it's Sean Mindas. Yesterday, Mindas came through in these situations. He went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Fry off on the pitch. The throw to second base is not in time. The first baseman showing off the wheels, and 2 runners in scoring position here for Mindas. Muckdogs still without a hit in this inning, but they've brought a run home and they have chance for more. As that one is taken upstairs. Mindas in a 2-0 hitters count. Two-0 pitch. That one in the dirt, and it's 3-0. Bola having some difficulty finding the zone so far in this one. Three-0 pitch coming home. Low ball 4, it rolls to the backstop. Coming for home is for Reyna, and he is safe. Braden Reyna, good heads-up base running. That ball didn't trickle too far away. He kept his eyes on the prize. They ended up calling it a strike on Mindas, so the count is 3-1. Runner at second base. Fry moved up to third on the pass ball. So the Muckdogs, still without a hit, have scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first. 3-1 pitch on the way. That one grounded to first base. Play is made. The flip to the bag is in time to retire the side, but not before the Batavia Muckdogs score 2 runs. They take the leads on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base after 1 inning of play. Batavia 2, Jamestown 1. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. While we have a moment, I'd like to shine a light on some of the incredible sponsors which power Muckdogs baseball. A huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Eli Fish, Ficarella's Pizza, Rochester Regional Health, the Mental Health Association, Tiny Piney, Tompkins Bank, the YMCA, Whole Life Fitness, Farm Credit East, and many, many more. As we head into the second inning of play, leading off, it'll be the left fielder, Nico Frizzell. Frizzell, quiet the last time these two teams played on Thursday, was in the starting lineup. First pitch breaking ball inside, it's ball 1. The 1-0 on the way. That one in there for a strike. At the top of the air and before the game with Coach Grant, there's a lot of talk about mentality. Well, you want to see mentality. Ethan Papasek put it on display and then some in the first inning. For a younger guy, just a 20, 21-year-old, it can be easy when the bases get juiced with nobody out, when things don't go your way, to sort of spiral, as that one nasty slider for strike 2. But Papasek showed that mental maturity. He showed the fortitude. He was unfazed. He got on the mound, he pumped in strikes, and he got outs, just one run. So that one has popped up first base side, chasing after it, Fry and Bolton, but that'll go into the stands. The mental fortitude is admirable, and that's the culture here. You find guys, Coach Skip Martinez and his fellow coaches, find guys who have that dog mindset, no pun intended. They are dogs playing for the Muckdogs. I'm sorry, that wasn't a great joke, but that pitch was great. No call on the front door slider. Bolton was just about ready to fire that thing down to third base. Nonetheless, the count runs full. It's now 3-2. The 3-2 to Nico Frizzell is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. That's the first out of the top of the second. Hitting ninth for Jamestown, it is the second baseman, Aiden Nolasco. Nolasco walked multiple times the last time these two teams played. As he takes a strike right there, it's now 0-2. Three straight strikeouts for Papasek, searching for 4 in a row. He delivers. Slider outside, and the count is even. Two on the way. Called strike 3, another one on the outside corner. 2 batters, 2 outs here in the top of the second so far. Looking to break up the streak of batters struck out. It'll be the center fielder, Matthew Dumas. Dumas led off the last time these two teams played. Checks his swing, but that's in there for a strike right there. Dumas, a younger guy, he just finished his freshman season at Lake Sumter College. As he takes that one for a ball, it's 1-1. Smaller guy stands at 5'7". That one a ball, and it's 2-1. Serving in that role of a second leadoff guy with the dangerous batters at the top of this Jamestown order, getting a guy with some speed on at the bottom can prove paramount to success. The 2-1 pitch from Papasek is tapped foul behind the plate. And it's 2-2. That one fouled back. And they'll do it over again. Papasek, the 6'2" right-hander who struck out 38 batters in 29 1/3 innings in the regular season, looking for his 5th straight victim of the K. That one is taken inside, however, and the count is full. That one tapped to first base. It'll stay fair. Fry fields it, steps on the bag. And a 1-2-3 second inning for Papasek and the Muckdogs. No runs, no hits after 1.5 innings of play. Batavia 2, Jamestown 1. We now return for the bottom of the second inning. And leading things off, it'll be the catcher, James Bolton. Bolton had the day off yesterday. Had 2 infield singles versus Jamestown back on Thursday. Had major success at the plate last summer for the Muckdogs. As he takes that one for a ball, it's 1-0. Bolton hit a whopping .380 in Batavia last summer. The catcher tandem of Bolton and Romick, incredible last summer, back for more this year. They've got some unfinished business. It's the 2-0 pitch. That one, a ball inside, ends 3-0. The buzz from Skip Martinez in the clubhouse has been that this is the year of the dog. 3-0 on the way, and that one is a strike. You may see it in the top right of your screen. Bolton takes ball 4. And a runner on first now with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Now up to bat, it's Luke Dadana. He's playing right field tonight. Dadana, another guy who had the day off yesterday. First pitch he sees from Bola is upstairs, ball 1. On the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bola checks over on first. Kicks, fires. Inside. Skips away for a moment from Borchard, but not far enough for Bolton to advance, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on Dodonna. Bola checks over at Bolton. They had him leaning, and he just sneaks back in time. Good move there from the lefty. Not sure if Bolton was going to run on the pitch, but he certainly was at least ready to take his secondary lead. Dives back in safely. Bola taking his time, trying to throw off the runner. He fires it home, and Dodonna fouls it away. Two count on the right-hander. A breaking ball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Dodonna's retired for the first out of the inning. Beautiful curveball there from Bola. In my humble opinion, that's the best pitch he's thrown so far today. Started out on the outside corner. A sharp break inside. Nothing Dodonna can do with that one. Now Cameron Koppel steps up to the plate. He takes a strike. Koppel, playing second base, can also play third. Was a pinch hitter in last night's contest. He also is a pitcher. Koppel skies that one away. First base side out of play. Hope nobody gets their car hit. Koppel mentioned that he's a pitcher. Last season at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania had a 2.13 ERA in 25 innings. Bola's 0-2. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for the left-hander, and there are 2 away. Travis Hammond, the 10th hitter in the lineup, now in the box. Hammond, similar to Dumas, serving as that second leadoff guy. Bola once again checks in on Bolton. He's not too far off. He's back with ease. Hammond, a similar archetype, a speedy guy who excels at getting on base. On-base percentage over 500 last summer with Batavia. Takes that one for a strike. The 0-1 offering is not made. They check in on Bolton again. A bit funny, the incessant focus put on Bolton. 0-1 offering is fouled away. Bolton, not the speediest guy on the team. He showed off the wheels in the last game versus Jamestown as he legged out 2 infield singles. But he is about 3 feet off of first base right now. He's not stealing this base. 0-2 on the way. That one in the dirt. Hammond lays off it. One, 2 to the center fielder. Is fouled away first base side. A nice catch made by one of the players in the Jamestown dugout after it hit off of the fence. Jokingly threw his hand up like that should be out 3. 1-2 pitch. Tapped foul once again. Hammond stays alive. The 1-2 offering on the way. Curveball. Breaks back to the outside corner for strike 3. Another nasty pitch sets down the Muckdogs. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base after 2 innings of play. The Muckdogs lead 2-1.
Pre-game superstition, black coffee, and picks every day. That's pre-game superstition.
Got to get Chipotle before every game.
I do really bad pitching if I don't drink 500 milligrams of caffeine and 6 ibuprofens. It's just my thing.
I have an energy drink and I pray.
I pray. Always got to pray for me. Pre-game superstition, 7 brew coffee. There we go. According to a baseball book I've read called Mental ABCs of Baseball, it says superstitions are bad.
Okay. Energy drink. I want to sleep as much the night before. Meditation. I have a playlist that I listen to before every game. That's about it.
PB&J and goldfish before every game.
I usually do the same band routine every time. It's really the only superstition I guess I have. I'm not a very superstitious guy. I have to listen to Gunna before every game.
Eat, sleep on.
Leading off the 3rd inning, it's the leadoff hitter, Brady Marshall. Marshall walked his last time up. Papasek had that one slip out of his hand. Went behind the 3rd baseman. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. It's 3-0 on the leadoff right-hander. Papasek pumps in a strike. It's 3-1. Lined back up the middle. Koppel dives, but it's through for a base hit. And Brady Marshall leads off with a single. Digging into the box for the 2nd time today, it's Nathan Borchard. Last time up, he lined a base hit into center field. Could not come around to score as he was forced out at home plate on a nice play by Jackson Inman. Papasek's first offering is in there for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Goes to a similar location, does not get the call, and the count's even, 1-1. That one, a ball, swiping second base, is Brady Marshall. And a runner in scoring position now. 2-1 on the way. That one fouled back, and it's 2-2. Borchar, of course, a dangerous hitter, reaches out and fouls that one away to stay alive. And that's one of the things that contributes to a guy who can do damage at the plate. Not every swing is going to be your A swing, but it goes a long way when you can make a defensive hack and not get penalized for it. Papasek kicks, fires. That one inside. It rolls to the backstop, and Marshall will advance to third. The tying run now 90 feet away. Three-two pitch on the way. That one is popped up. Camped under it is Koppel. He makes the play for the first out of the inning. Now up to the dish. It's Justin Bremner. Bremner also had a base hit his last time in the box. Single right here would tie this thing up at 2. That one taken for a ball. It's 2-0 on the designated hitter Bremner, and he lines it into the right center field gap, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Coming around to score is Marshall. It's an RBI single for Justin Bremner, and this game is all tied up at 2. Off the bat, looked like that one could fly a little bit. Bremner just got it off the end a little bit. Dropped in between Dodonna and Koppel, just placed it in a nice spot. And after that base hit, pitching coach Grant Bickham will talk things over with Papasek and the rest of the Batavia infield. After the meeting on the mound, Nolan Smith steps into the box. Smith walked in the first inning. That one tapped back to Papasek. He fields, flips to first in time for the second out of the inning. Now with Bremner at second base, Weeks, the right fielder, will look to drive in the go-ahead run. Slider in the dirt. Bolton does a nice job to corral it, make sure it doesn't get by him. As a result, Bremner stays at second, and it's 1-0. 1-0 offering is fouled back. It's 1-1. Let's get a shout out for Rowan and the rest of you watching the stream. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. It's a great day for Muck Dog baseball. So glad to have you with us. 1-1 from Papasek. He looks back at Bremner, then comes home with a front door breaking ball, and that one is in there for strike 2. One and two count on the utility man Weeks. He taps it back to the mound. Papasek jumps off, slides for it. Wisely does not make a throw. And then he does to third base, and it gets by Inman. Scoring is Bremner. Advancing to second base is Weeks. What was just an infield single that would keep the runners at the corners turns into a run-scoring play. Papasek pumped, hoping that he could get the runner at third, Bremner, to creep off the bag enough to try to get him out. He thought he had the room, fired to third, but Inman just could not get around the runner. And as a result, it's 3-2 Tarpskunks. First pitch, a ball outside to Lagoni. Lagoni calls time and steps out before the 1-0 offering.
Shortstop number 2, Ty Lagoni.
The 1-0 coming home. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. One pitch coming from Papasek. That one cut on and missed. The upstairs heater. Lagoni couldn't catch up to it, and it's 1-2. 1-2 on the way. Fouled out of play. That one leaves the stadium. Castrataro sneaks behind. That one tapped back to the mound. Papasek fields, throws to first base in time, and the side is retired. Jamestown scores 2 runs on 3 hits after 2.5 innings of play. The Tarpskunks lead 3-2. While we have a moment, let's take a look at the Muck Dogs' upcoming schedule. Batavia returns to the field Wednesday, June 4th, as they close out their homestand versus the Niagara Falls Americans at 6:30 p.m. It'll be no farm, no food night, which is always one of the best nights of the year. You won't want to miss that one. The Muck Dogs then go on the road next Friday, June 6th, in a rematch against Elmira, before they return to Dwyer Stadium to face Geneva on Saturday, June 7th. That game will have a special helicopter candy drop, which you and any candy lovers you may know are sure to love. Batavia is right back in action on Sunday, June 8th, as they'll play a doubleheader against the Niagara Falls Americans, where they'll be handing out free poster schedules for people in attendance. For tickets to any of these upcoming home games, season tickets, or tickets to any future game, please contact 585-524-2260. New pitcher on the mound for the Tarpskunks. It'll be the left-hander, Jace Rutkowski. So from one southpaw to another. Rutkowski just finished his freshman season at SUNY Niagara. First batter he'll face is Tyler Castrataro. Castrataro checks swings, but it's a called strike one. SUNY Niagara, of course, or N-Trip as others know it, went 51-2 this season and made the Junior College World Series semifinal. Castrataro lines it into left field for a base hit. And the leadoff man is on in the bottom of the third. Braden Reyna now digs into the box for his second plate appearance of the day. Got hit by a pitch his last time up. For Jamestown, not a big surprise to see a few different arms. In every game this season, they've used at least 4 pitchers to get through 9 innings. That one is low. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to the left-hander is grounded foul outside of first. The 1-1 is outside, 2-1. They go to pick off Castrataro, and it gets away. He's rounding second and going for third, and he is in there. A costly error from Rutkowski has Castrataro 90 feet away from scoring the tying run. The infield now draws in, trying to cut off the tying run. And Reyna lines it right over him for a base hit into left center field. Castrataro can walk home. Reyna with an RBI single, and we are all knotted up at 3. Cooper Romick now digs into the box. Something I didn't note previously was that Castrotaro's base hit was the first of the game. Oh, as that one plunks Romick right on the helmet. He seems like he's all right. They'll give him a second. Looked like it might have hit him in the jaw area of the helmet. Certainly solid contact there. They'll bring out Coach Martinez and the medical staff to ensure he's okay. Looks like he is. He'll jog down to first base.
Next up for your Muckdogs, first baseman number 24, Brian Fry.
Brian Fry now comes to the plate. He walked his last time up. Rutkowski deals. Fry goes to bunt, and he gets hit too. He pulled back in time. Looked like it might have hit him in the leg area as he's limping to first base. Hope that he's all right. Looks like he's okay. And now the bases are loaded for Jackson Inman. Inman came up with runners on his last time to the plate, and he drove in Castrotaro on a sac fly. He'll take low here, 1-0. On the way. Lined right back up the middle and through for a base hit. 1 run scores. They're going to wave home a second runner. The throw to the plate is not in time. Romick makes him pay for the hit by pitch. And the Muckdogs take a 4-3 lead. My apologies, a 6-3 lead for Batavia. A rude entrance for Jace Rutkowski. Sorry about any potential confusion. The correct score is 5-3. Muckdogs lead. Behind Jackson Inman. Inman has now driven in 3 runners on the day. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a sac fly. And with that single, they knocked Rutkowski out of the game without him recording an out. In his place, it'll be Eddie Delansky. We saw Delansky back on Thursday in Jamestown, but he was in the lineup as the starting catcher. Delansky, a guy who can pitch and hit. This season as a pitcher for Niagara University. He tossed 13 in a third innings, had a 6.08 ERA, struck out 13 batters, and walked 11. Sean Mindos now up to the plate. The first to face Delansky, an Erie, Pennsylvania native. Mindos hailing from Toms River, New Jersey. Delansky fires. Mindos lays down a bunt. The throw is not in time. It bounced once. Delansky had some trouble picking it up out of the grass. And the bases are loaded with still nobody out. In my score sheet, that one is ruled as a base hit. James Bolton looking to keep the magic alive here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch he sees is in the dirt low. Nice block from Borchard. It's 1-0. The 1-0 on the way, and it's grounded to second base. They'll flip to second for one on to first in time for a double play. But a run scores. It's 6-3 Muckdogs. Inman advances to third on the 4-6-3 double play. With Luke Dodonna now in the box, he takes low. It's 1-0. Dodonna cuts on and misses, and it's 1-1. On the way. Dodonna flares it into right field over the head of Smith and in for a base hit. Inman scores, and it's 7-3 Muckdogs. Just a reminder for those of you watching that the Muckdogs came into this inning without a hit. They've strung 5 hits together. Seven of the 8 batters who've come to the plate this inning have reached base safely. Now Cameron Koppel takes one. It's in the dirt. Advancing for second is Dodonna. He slides, but he's out at second base. Good, strong throw from Borchard will end the inning, but not before. Batavia scores 5 runs on 5 hits after 3 innings of play. Muckdogs 7, Tarpskunks 3.
It's time to send it down to Lou Dog. He's got something special for you. Okay, Muckdog fans, I have hot, fresh,
A new pitcher into the game for the Muckdogs as we head to the 4th inning. It's the left-hander, George Creighton. You saw his twin brother Jay pitch last night, the scoreless 2/3 of an inning against Elmira. Today, we see George. George this season just finished up his sophomore year playing at Lackawanna College. Last summer, he played for the Glens Falls Dragons of the PGCBL. At his arsenal, he's got a fastball, a curveball, and a changeup. And the first batter he will see is the lefty Dom Costello. Creighton fires that one, fouled off, third base side out of play. That one in there for strike 2. Ball low, and the count's 1-2 now. That one, a ball. And the count is even. It's 2-2. Creighton sets, kicks, fires. Fastball upstairs. And it's 3-2. 3-2 on the way. Curveball. Costello checks his swing. They say he went, though, and that's out number 1. A nice curveball there from Creighton to strike out the first batter he faces. Nico Frizzell now steps into the box. He struck out looking last time up. He takes a strike right there. That one up and away. It's 1-1 now. One and one count on the right-hander. That one ground to third base. Inman fields, fires in time for the second out of the inning. Creighton really showing off that big breaking ball so far. Got Costello to wave awkwardly for strike 3, and right there gets Frizzell to ground into some soft contact, and right on cue, he breaks that one in for a strike 1. Aiden Nolasco up to the box now. He fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. Two strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Muckdogs lead 7-3. The pitch. That one low. Nolasco doesn't go, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. Creighton throws up his arm as he leaves the mound, fired up. He pitches a scoreless 1-2-3 inning in his first outing of the season. After 3.5 innings of play, Muckdogs 7, Tarpskunks 3. The Muckdogs have a special event for you Muckdog fans. Join us at the Genesee County YMCA on June 11th for a night of great food, fun, and community. Enjoy a $10 spaghetti dinner, meet players from the 2025 Batavia Muckdogs, and support a great cause. Additionally, you'll have the opportunity to bid on Batavia Muckdogs gear, exclusive YMCA merchandise, and more. For more information or to purchase tickets, please head to our X account at Batavia Muckdogs with a capital B and a capital M. Leading off, here in the bottom of the 4th inning now, it's Cameron Koppel. Koppel struck out his last time up to the plate, just his first at-bat of the young season. He grounds the first pitch he sees to second base. Tough hop, eats him up. Still, the play is made. Good job sticking wicket there from Nolasco. Ball just hit the lip, maybe hit a rock out on that dirt, and flew up into his face. Nonetheless, there's one away. And now Travis Hammond comes to the plate. Hammond takes one low and away for ball 1. One and 0 on the right-hander. That one outside, it's 2-0. The 2-0. That one low, it's now 3-0. Hammond, a guy who many fans may be familiar with. His expertise is drawing walks and avoiding the K. He takes that one for a strike. Guy who has elite plate discipline up there. That's how you walk 26 times and strike out just 10. Those stats that I referred to are his Muckdog totals from last year, as he fouls the 3-1 back and the count is full. Delansky looks in, sets. He kicks and fires. Hammond fouls it right back once again. And the count remains 3-2. Full count offering. Hammond flies into the right field, chasing after it, backpedaling a little bit, but still making the catch is Weeks for the second out. Hammond gave it a ride, but couldn't sneak it over the head of Eric Weeks. Tyler Castrataro comes up to the plate as the lineup flips over. Castrataro takes a nice healthy hack, comes up with nothing there. It's 0-1. Starting at shortstop today, Castrataro has reached base in 6 of his last 7 plate appearances to open the season. To shine it in a better light, the last 6 times he's come to the plate, he's gotten on safely. Castrataro looking to extend it to 7 straight plate appearances without recording an out. So here's the 1-1. Swings through it a bit behind the heater. It's 1-2. Watching him, no doubt about it, Eddie Delansky has got an arm. He showed it off a bit behind the dish on Thursday. Now, towing the slab, he's getting the job done. He fires it home. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. Muckdogs get no runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and after 4 innings of play, Batavia 7, Jamestown 3. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. While we have a moment, I'd like to shine a light on some of the incredible sponsors which power Muckdog Baseball. A huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Eli Fish, Ficarella's Pizza, Rochester Regional Health, the Mental Health Association, Tiny Piney, Tompkins Bank, the YMCA, Whole Life Fitness, Farm Credit East, and many, many more. Leading off the top of the 5th here, it's Matthew Dumas. Dumas, the 10th hitter in this order. Fouls the first pitch he sees away. It's 0-1. Last time up, he grounded out to the first baseman, Fry. He shows bunt, gets it down. Bounces foul. It's 0-2. O2 offering on the way. That went outside. It's 1-2 now. Pitch, curveball in there for strike 3. 1 retired as George Creighton continues to show off that nasty curveball. The lineup now flips for Jamestown. As Marshall comes up to the plate. Creighton going back to that breaking ball. That one well outside. It's 1-0. That one in there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 count, 1 out here. That one bounces in the dirt. It's 2-1. Marshall takes that one upstairs, and he's in a 3-1 count. Fouls it away, and the count is full. It's 3-2. Marshall, a guy with some speed, didn't quite get to show it off too much in league play at Northwood University, but he sure did in high school, stealing over 140 bases. And he takes upstairs for ball 4, and he reaches safely for the 3rd time today. Another thing of note in relation to Marshall swiping bags, he stole one back in the 3rd inning. With a lefty on the mound, interesting to see if that will keep him in check. The first base runner, George Creighton, has to deal with. First pitch, bounces low, it's 1-0. The 1-0 offering is outside. It's 2-0. Creighton checks in on the speedy Marshall at first. He dives back safely. The 2-0 is pumped in for a strike. It's 2-1. Interesting note on George Creighton. Of course, his twin brother Jay, you saw him yesterday. The two of them initially went to the University of Scranton, and then they both transferred together to Lackawanna College. It's that breaking ball up and in for ball 3. It's 3-1. Now, they're both together playing in Batavia. And they're wearing numbers 22 and 23. So that one's a strike. It's 3-2. A real brotherly bond there from the identical twins. Payoff pitch as Creighton checks over at first. Now he fires home. Borchard pops it up into shallow left field. 3 men chasing after it. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Beautiful placement there from Nathan Borchard on a shallow fly ball. And runners are on first and second now with 1 away. Now up to the plate, it's the dangerous Justin Bremner. The second of the 2 that we've discussed ad nauseum today. And a spot so that he could really, with a big hit, bring his team back into the contest. Staying aggressive, swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it back. It's 0-1. The 0-1 coming. That one bounces in the dirt. It's 1-1. The count on Bremner. And he lines it into left field, and it's through for a base hit. Chasing after it is Mindos. He gets it in. Throws it to Bolton at the plate. Runners move up 90 feet, and the bases are loaded with one away here. Pitching coach Grant Bickham comes to the mound to discuss things with his infield as Nolan Smith, the lefty hitting first baseman, digs into the box. Smith has not done a ton of damage so far in the 2 games, or should I say 1.5, still in the top of the 6th inning of this game. Not a full 2 games, of course. We do play 9 innings. But he's a guy who's got some thump in his bat this season. A 931 OPS, 16 extra base hits, drove in 33 runners in a prime position to drive in some runs right here. Swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. The 0-1. Grounded through for a base hit. 1 run scores. They're sending home a second. The ball is fumbled and right. They're going to send home a 3rd runner. The throw comes into second base, and as a result, he's safe at the plate. Justin Bremner comes all the way around from first base to score. A 3-run single from Nolan Smith. And this is a 1-run ball game. That one fouled first base side. Fry chasing after it. Did he make that catch? Not quite. Fry almost makes a nice basket catch over the shoulder. Long run to go for the first baseman right there. Tough play to make. The tenor of this game has flipped on its head here in the 6th inning. My apologies, the 5th inning. The pitch. Called strike 3, but that was just the 2nd out of the inning. A little bit of confusion there from the catcher, James Bolton. Maybe a little antsy to get out of this inning. Now, into the box, it'll be Ty Ligoni. Ligoni, quiet at the plate today, but a supreme talent. That one gets by Bolton, and Smith advances to second base. This inning that started with a quick strikeout has turned. And now the tying run is just at second base thanks to the wild pitch. 2-0 count. Now. Creighton offers it outside, and it's 3-0. Well, the Muckdogs never had a lead as large as they did in this game. This has a similar feeling. This was around the time on Thursday when the Tarpskunks started to roar back. So there's a swing and a miss from Ligoni. It's 3-1. Batavia seemed like they were cruising early on, back on Thursday. And then things started to flip. Some big hits that really cleared the bases, some opportune hits from the middle of the order, brought them back. As there's ball 4, Ligoni takes first. Runners on first and second now. As Coach Skip Martinez comes to the mound, he'll take the ball from Creighton. Creighton started out strong. The top of the Tarpskunk order, always tough to work through. They struck, and that'll be all. A new pitcher will come to the mound. While they change pitchers, we'll step to the side. Into the game now for the Muckdogs. It's the local kid, Jaden Sherwood. Sherwood from Batavia, New York, just finished his freshman season at Monroe Community College. He attended Notre Dame High School right here, playing his home games at Dwyer Stadium. He's got some comfortability here. And at Notre Dame, he posted an ERA of 1.41. He's got a fastball in the mid-80s, a curveball, and a slider. And he's a teammate at Monroe with Braden Reyna. For his Muckdogs debut, he's thrown into a big spot.
From Batavia, New York, number 8, Jaden Sherwood.
As he's tasked with the powerful left-handed bat of Dom Costella, with runners on first and second and 2 outs here in the 5th. The Muckdogs leading by just 1 run. Sherwood fires. That one grounded outside of first base, foul. Oh, and 1 on the left-hander. Sherwood kicks and fires. That one inside and low, and the count is 1-1. One offering on the way, and it's fouled out of play behind home. And Sherwood, 1 pitch away from escaping the jam that he was thrown into on the mound. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded. Sherwood gets off the mound. Fields flips to first base in time to retire the side. But not before the Tarpskunks strike for 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2 runners on. We're halfway through this one. Muckdogs lead 7-6. Unfortunately, for those wondering about the stat website, still some complications with, they've recently switched over this year to a new system. There's some issues with 10 batters versus 9 batters. So unfortunately for now, that is still being resolved, but that fix will hopefully be coming shortly. Apologies for the complications there. This season, get yourself the latest Batavia Muckdogs gear. Hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, warm-ups, baseballs, and much, much more. Stop by the merchandise stand by concessions here at Dwyer Stadium for some of these wonderful products. Leading off here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it's the extra hitter, Braden Reyna. Reyna reached base both times he's come to the plate today. Also, scored both times. First pitch he sees from Delansky is a ball outside. One-0 coming home. That one in there for a strike. One and one now on the extra hitter. Breaking ball. Falls in there for a strike. Nice backdoor curveball. And Reyna's behind 1-2. 1-2 on the way. Grounded back up the middle. It hits off of the glove of Delansky. He does a pirouette and throws to first base in time. Nice athletic recovery from the pitcher jumping off the mound for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Cooper Romick now steps to the plate. Fouls off the first pitch he sees. First base side out of play. It's 0-1 on the right-handed hitting catcher. Slider away in the dirt, taken. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled off. Hits off of the catcher, Borchard. And it's 1-2. Gray skies here. Doesn't look like there's supposed to be any rain in the forecast. Been a rainy season. Looking forward to getting through the tough weather as we look forward to a whole summer of Muckdogs ball. Nice breaking ball there from Delansky. Romick checks his swing but doesn't offer. Good discipline to keep the bat back. It's 2-2 now. The pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike 3. Beautiful pitch there from Delansky to retire Romick. And there are 2 away. Eddie Delansky has come in and really impressed so far. Got a good fastball, breaking ball that moves a ton. That one in for a strike. He's been a tough cookie to crack for this Muckdog offense. It'll be interesting to see how long they let Delansky go. Of course, a catcher has not really had a chance to fully rest that arm. Fry grounds it to second base. Charging in is Nolasco. He bobbles it, getting it out of his hand. And Fry will reach. That one going down as an E4. Jackson Inman comes to the plate now with a runner on first and 2 away. Delansky fires. That one in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Delansky fires. Looked like a similar location this time. Called a ball. It's 1-1. One on the way. Inman takes that one for a strike. It runs to 1-2. Just a touch more on the dominance from Delansky. He came into this game after 6 straight batters had reached base to open the 3rd inning, and since then, almost nothing. He's pitched 2 2/3 innings, has not allowed 1 run to score. So that one's taken in the dirt for Inman, excuse me. Came into the game to face James Bolton and back in the 3rd inning, induced a double play. Then a caught stealing from Luke Dodonna got him out of the inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Delansky through 3 scoreless innings. No runs, no hits, 1 error. In the bottom of the 5th inning, we're going to head to the 6th inning after 5 innings of play. Muckdogs 7, Tarpskunks 6. Now into the 6th inning. Jaden Sherwood still on the mound after getting the last out in the top of the 5th. Nico Frizzell in the box. Frizzell 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch, a slider outside. It's 1-0. Frizzell fouls that one back. It's 1-1 now. That one a breaking ball. First base side, Fry chasing after it. It bounces just in front of the visitors' bullpen. Out of play, and it's 1-2. Sherwood fires home. That one once again fouled off by Frizzell. Sherwood coming home with the 1-2. That one in the dirt. It's 2-2. You know, looking at the trajectory of this ball game, the 2-2 comes home. Curved ball in the dirt, and the count is full. We've seen some similarities again, as I stated earlier, compared to Thursday. The Tarpskunks have shown a little bit of difficulty with the heat. Granted, that one low for ball 4. And Frizzell takes first base. He'll reach base for the first time today. Aiden Nolasco now in the box. But going back to my point earlier, the Tarpskunks have shown strong prowess against lefties. Last game on Thursday, in there for strike 1. They had their fair share of success against a pair of lefties in Jake Sliz and Evan Hollinsworth from Batavia. And today, George Creighton had a strong first inning, but in that second inning of work, the top of Jamestown's order clicked. They put together good at-bats, and they struck for 3 runs. It's really completely changed the way this game feels. It was never more than a 7-3 ball game. That one fouled away. Frizzell was off on the pitch. The scoreboard said 7-3, but the feel was more than that. You know, it felt like a ton of momentum was going the Muckdogs' way. Of course, the way things started, it was so scary, but Papasek settled down, got out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam, only allowing 1 run. And then when they put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Sherwood delivers the 0-2. That one upstairs, it's 1-2. It felt like more than 7 on the scoreboard. It was the Muckdogs were rolling. Coming off of last night's game, the offense has just continued to click today. There's no doubt in my mind that they'll put more runs up on the board as this one progresses. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one bounces away from Bolden. He can't find it. And Frizzell takes second base. Some heads-up base running to move into scoring position. Going back to what I was saying earlier, though, when Nolan Smith thumped that ball through the right side, especially the way it got through. It seemed more innocent, but 3 runs scored, and it's like you, at the blink of an eye, this is a 1-run game. The Tarpskunks scored 6 in their opener, scored 7 versus Elmira on Friday. Already have 6 through just 5 innings, on into the 6th, but they haven't recorded an out. Sherwood's 2-2 pitch. Broken bat, ground ball to second base. Fielded by Koppel. He throws to first base in time. Good piece of situational hitting from Nolasco. The tying run at third base with 1 away here in the 6th inning. And with that, Skip Martinez will come to the mound. Let's see if they're taking out Sherwood, and it looks like it. Pitcher roaming in from the Muckdog bullpen. Sherwood pitches 2/3 of an inning. Gets the job done. Got out of a big jam in the 5th inning. Discussing, still looking to see who that new pitcher will be for the Muckdogs. Once again, fans, while we wait for this pitching change, let's look at the upcoming schedule. After 2 days off, the Muckdogs will return still here at Dwyer Stadium on Wednesday, June 4th, to play Niagara Falls at 6:30. It's no farm, no food night, one of the best nights of the year, a game you don't want to miss. Then they go on the road to Elmira on Friday, June 6th, in a rematch against the Pioneers. You know Elmira, after getting run-ruled off of Dwyer Stadium's turf, or grass, I should say, they're going to be coming out hot. The Muckdogs also going to be coming out fired up, always, against a rival. Then they come back home on June 7th to begin a weekend of home games Saturday, Sunday. On the 7th, Saturday, they play Geneva with a helicopter candy drop. Another very fun promotional day, an opportunity for candy at any moment. And then on the 8th, Sunday, they've got a Sunday doubleheader a week from today at home as they play Niagara Falls for the 2nd time in the week. They'll be handing out free poster schedules at the game. A ton to look forward to. And if you'd like tickets to any of these games, season tickets, or any future game the rest of the 2025 season, please call 585-524-2260. Sorry about that. The new pitcher in for the Muckdogs, number 30, Irwin's Branch. Branch, born in the Dominican Republic, moved to the Bronx. That's where he grew up. Standing at 6'3", 230 pounds. He transferred to St. Xavier University after the 2024 season, where he played for Herkimer College. He had a 4.76 ERA over 22 2/3 innings. He's a guy with strikeout stuff and a big fastball. He struck out 27 batters over those 22 2/3 innings. And a strikeout here would be huge as the infield is well in on the grass. The first pitch that Dumas sees, he fouls away. It's 0-1. Dumas just looking to put a ball in play. A hard grounder most likely gets through unless it's right at somebody. The outfielders are in. A medium distance fly ball also ties this game up. Branch offers. Dumas late on the heater. He fouls it away third base side out of play. Branch making his 2025 debut. He sets, looks home, kicks and fires. Dumas lines that one foul along the third baseline. Hit off of the net that they have over there. Count remains 0-2. Interesting to see here. Does Branch stick to that heater? Dumas has clearly been late on it every time, but he has made contact. If you throw him the same pitch for the fourth time in a row, will he make the adjustment? Branch elects to go to a breaking ball. That one stays outside for a ball. It's 1-2 now. The chess match that takes place in the box every at-bat is just what makes baseball so fun. It truly is a thinking man's game. The 1-2 pitch. Another heater. That one fouled away once again down the left field line. So many details. The pitcher and the hitter are locked into a one-on-one battle that you really can't find in too many other sports. The moving parts. Branch knows that Dumas has been late on the fastball. You don't want to speed up his bat. Give him a breaking ball and get it right into his timing window. But as he fires home a 1-2, breaking ball just misses on the outside. Some people in the crowd wanted that one. Vocal thinking then that one clipped the outside corner. Umpire rules against it, and it's 2-2. Dumas has seen so many fastballs, though, going back to my point. At one point, does he make the adjustment? A lot of things factor into these little decisions. The 2-2 pitch, a heater low. Dumas checks his swing, and the count is full. Branch sets. Ready for the payoff pitch. Fires. That one outside. Nice at-bat there from Matthew Dumas. He flips the lineup order over. There are runners at the corners now with just one away. As Brady Marshall digs into the box. Marshall has reached base safely in all 3 plate appearances so far today. The infielders now take some steps back, ready for a potential double play ball. First pitch from Branch is well outside, and it's 1-0. Will be tough to double off Marshall. Guy with a ton of stolen bases in his track record. Already has one today. He's come around to score twice in this ball game. That one low, and it's 2-0 now. You can't help but wonder if maybe Branch is a tad bit frustrated by that no call. Breaking ball that, from our perspective up here in the booth, looked like a strike. Fires home a 2-0. That one in there. Fouled away outside the first base line. But this is where the whole deal of mentality comes in. Branch, ready to show off that dog on the mound, unfazed by something like a missed call. And that's something that a ton of major league pitchers learn on the fly. Branch checks over at first base. Maybe showing off some of my Yankee bias here. Two guys who signed big contracts in New York that sort of learned that skill that when something doesn't go your way, got to just move it on. It's out of your control. It's unfortunate, but you got to move on. Those two players being Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon. Early on in their contracts, sometimes struggled when an error was made in the field or when a strike was called a ball. You can't let that spiral on you. As Branch is 2-1, that one in there. Fouled to the backstop, and it's 2-2. Two on the way. Nice breaking ball. Taking off for second base and swiping the bag is Dumas. No throw is made. They let him take it. He really showed off some wheels there. Not sure if you can pick it up on the broadcast, but he can really move. And with Dumas taking second, the infielders move in, and a single likely gives Jamestown the lead. Branch comes home with the 3-2, grounded to second base. They're thought about coming home. Koppel wisely pockets it and flips it to first base for the second out of the inning. Had no shot at the out at home. They're 2 away, and this game is now tied at 7 here in the 6th inning. A pinch hitter has come into the game for Nathan Borchar. The new batter in his place, Branston Lindquist. Lindquist, a native of Jamestown, New York. Just finished his senior year of high school at St. Mary's of Lancaster. A young guy coming in to face some velo on the mound. Let's see how he handles it. Branch starts him off with a breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled away, first base side out of play, and the count runs to 0-2. Hope all is well from Borchar. Interesting to see if this is just wanting to get a young guy some reps in a tight game, or if their big slugger is maybe dealing with an injury. Hope that everything is okay. As the 0-2 pitch comes home, it's a breaking ball, just a bit high. Count is 1-2 now. One-two pitch on the way. Upstairs for a ball. And the count is even. Two outs. That one is cracked to left field. Chasing after it is Mindas. towards the warning track. He slides, and that one is in there. It's a fair ball. They're waving Lindquist for third. The throw is not in time. Branston Lindquist, the high school senior, smokes one down the left field line, and it's an RBI triple. The Tarpskunks have taken the lead. They've come all the way back. They lead 8-7 in the top of the sixth inning. Just a breaking ball that caught a bit too much of the plate. We talked about it earlier. Lindquist a little bit late on the heater. That makes the breaking ball right in the hitting speed. He threw it to the wheelhouse. He cracked that one. That was a great swing from the youngest guy on the field. How about that? Now Justin Bremner steps up to the plate. Branch delivers an 0-1. Upstairs, it's a ball, now 1-1. Branch coming home with the 1-1 offering. Popped up. Chasing after it in right field and making the catch is Dodonna. He slams into the tarp but holds on to the ball. An athletic grab ends the inning, but not before the Tarpskunks score 2 runs. After 5.5 innings of play, Jamestown 8, Batavia 7. A new pitcher in for the Tarpskunks as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. It'll be Jamison Walsh. Walsh, a 6-foot lefty standing at 215 pounds from Chautauqua, New York. Sorry if I spelled that one wrong to any natives of the area. He just finished his freshman season at the University of Albany. And Walsh, a major athlete. He played 3 sports in high school at the varsity level, starring in baseball, football, and hockey. Walsh now tasked with holding this lead. And I know I've talked a bit about the similarities from Thursday to today. While a few more runs have been put on the board by both teams, you look at the scoreboard, the timing of runs, the time that the game shifted is extremely similar. Jamestown, I believe in the last game, scored 5 runs in the 5th and 6th. They scored 5 runs combined in the 3rd. My apologies. Just to pull this up to ensure the accuracy in my analysis here, as Sean Mindas will lead off against Walsh. Jamestown scored all 6 of their runs in the 5th and 6th innings last game. Walsh, first pitch, a ball outside and a heater. Today, they've scored 5 runs in the 5th and 6th innings. The middle innings have proven to be huge. It's that one, a ball outside. And just to add on to it, in their win over Elmira, Jamestown scored 5 runs in the 4th and 5th innings combined. So those middle innings have proven to be the difference maker for this hot start. Walsh, that one outside. You know, granted, maybe a bit soon to call it a hot start. Nonetheless, 2-0. It's better than 0-2, better than 1-1. The best start you could ask for from Jamestown so far. Now trying to hold a lead against this gritty, tough Muckdog lineup. Mindas stays patient, draws a leadoff walk. And holding this lead, it's a tall task. Considering the way Batavia has scored runs the last 2 days. They scored 20 runs in the last 2 games, and considering they only had 6 innings to score those runs yesterday, they've scored 20 runs in their last 11 innings. They're averaging nearly 2 runs per 3 outs. Lots of contributors in the lineup today. Man who reached base back in the 2nd inning, drawing a walk. James Bolton, the catcher, now steps up to the box. Bolton flashes bunt. He goes, the throw to second base, not in time as Sean Mindas swipes second base. Bolton, however, limping a little bit at home. The delivery to the plate was a ball. A strike, excuse me. Bolton takes that one low. It's 1-1. One and one from Walsh to Bolton. That one skips off the catcher and goes to the backstop. Mindas heads up, moves to third base, and the tying run is just 90 feet away. Capitalizing, showing off the speed to take second. Seeing a ball in the dirt, recognizing that. Jumping the free 90 feet. Something that we really saw in yesterday's game. Guys at any opportunity jumping on it. If a ball got booted a little bit in the outfield, they were taking aggressive turns and putting themselves into positions where they could capitalize on mistakes. Doing it again right here. Tying run just 90 feet away. The pitch to Bolton. That one clips the outside corner. It's 3-2. Walsh fires home. Bolton, fly ball down the right field line. That one will land in the bullpen foul. Put a good piece of wood on that one, and they'll do it again. That one just misses. Bolton with a great eye to leave that one inside. He'll take first base, and runners are at the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Bolton now is going to be subbed out of the game. Pinch runner into the game is Braden High. High yet to make an appearance this season. Attends Canisius University. And just finished his freshman season. Luke Dodonna in the box here. Runners on first and third, nobody out. Walsh fires. Dodonna presents a bunt. That one popped up way back. It's 0-1. Infielders in at the corners, back for a double play. Dodonna flashes bunt again. The throw to second base is not in time, but coming home and scoring is Mindas. They got the out at second base, but you have to think they'll trade that for the run at the plate. The infielders crashed in for the bunt. Third base had nobody holding Mindas back. He took a massive secondary lead, and the second that ball got thrown through, he was ready to score. That one inside. And the count is 1-2. The 1-2 to Dodonna. Swing and a miss, strike three. Nice pitch from Walsh. Now 2 outs. Now batting in the place of Cameron Koppel. It's number 9. Caleb Walker. Walker started the first 2 games of the season at second base. Got his first hit in last night's win. And he'll take that one for a ball to open this AB. Two and 0 now. Walsh fires. That one outside. And it's 3-0 on Caleb Walker. Coming to the plate. Walsh takes something off of it, pumps in a strike, and it's 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. Walker was getting ready to toss the bat away. But it's a called strike, and now the count is full with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Outside, ball 4. Walker emphatically tosses the bat away, and he's on with 2 outs. Now up to bat with 2 outs and a runner on first base. It's Travis Hammond. Hammond takes that one outside. It's 1-0. Again, not a guy that you're going to see expand the zone all that often. Walker off on the pitch. The throw to second base is not in time. It skips away from Nolasco briefly. But they're there to pick it up. Lagoni in as backup. Now a base hit will give the Muckdogs the lead. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2 now. Outside. Ball 2. The pitch to Hammond. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Walsh with a nice slider gets out of the inning, but not before the Muckdogs tie this thing up. Through 6 innings, we are all tied at 8. You don't want to go anywhere. We're headed for a classic last 3 innings of play here at Dwyer Stadium. Muckdog fans, join us at the Genesee County YMCA on June 11th for a night of great food, fun, and community. Enjoy a $10 spaghetti dinner, meet players from the 2025 Batavia Muckdogs, and support a great cause. Additionally, you'll have the opportunity to bid on Batavia Muckdogs gear, exclusive YMCA merchandise, and more. For more information or to purchase tickets, please head to our X account at Batavia Muckdogs with a capital B and a capital M. For anyone not sure about the address on the YMCA, it is 211 East Main Street right here in Batavia. A new pitcher is on the mound as we head to the 7th inning. Top 7, it's Luke Rising. Rising pitched in the last game between these two teams, and he was great. He threw 2 2/3 shutout innings. Finished out the game. Rising, a guy with phenomenal control. Pitching for RIT this season, he threw 49 1/3 innings, and he walked just 13 batters while also striking out 39 guys. With a 3.28 ERA, he was great this season. Facing now a familiar foe, seeing him for the second time this week. Technically Thursday last week, but that can be up for discussion another time. Rising starts out with a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul outside of third. It's 1-1. Rising gets ready. That one outside, ball 1. In the dirt, low. And it's 3-1 on the Jamestown third baseman. Smith, last time up, produced the big blow in this game, a 3-run single that brought Jamestown right back into it. Turned it from a 7-3 game to a 7-6 game. The next inning, the Tarpskunks would proceed to take the lead. Batavia struck back with some nice base running from Sean Mindas. So that one's grounded, hits off of the chest of Fry. He recovers, flips to Rising, who covered, and the first out is retired. First pitch. In there for a strike on Weeks. It's 0-1. One and one on the right-hander. Rising, pumps in a strike. That one grounded to shortstop. Field throw in time. Nice play on the run from Tyler Castrotaro for the second out of the 7th inning. Now it'll be Ty Ligoni. Ligoni takes a strike from Rising, and it's 0-1. For anyone that wasn't listening on Thursday, I know there were some technical difficulties. Tough to watch that one, looking back at the stream. Breaking ball, fouled away, first base side. Fry chasing after it. It's out of play. Rising, a guy that I saw personally at school, attending Ithaca College. Ithaca and RIT play in the same league. And Luke Rising was dominant. Ithaca has a pretty strong program. But the right-hander shut him down. He pitched 7 innings. Did not allow much of anything for hard contact. We're going to have a bit of a break in the action as a kid was just hit by a baseball on the first base side. Trainer running out to make sure that everyone is okay. Something you hate to see. That's why it's such a great addition that so many stadiums, especially at the major league level, have added the netting that you see here all around. You can't really see it on the stream, but the netting goes about to third base. And it really prevents a ton of horrible accidents. Hard baseballs fouled off into the stands, bats flying. The nets, in my opinion, have been one of the greatest implementations for safety in baseball in the last 5, 8 years, whatever you want to say, whatever that line is. They've been a good adjustment. This one wasn't hit overly hard. Not sure who the fan was. Hopefully we can get back to play soon. Medical staff still attending to the kid who was struck by a foul ball over along the first base side of seating. See the umpires and the coaches congregated together as they allow Rising to throw a few pitches to stay warm. Some things just bigger than baseball is certainly one of them. In the midst of a heated game tied in the 7th inning, you see coaches come together and all hope for the greater good. Make sure that young fan is doing all right. When we do end up returning to play, reminder, it is an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Luke Rising has induced 2 ground outs to start his day. Everyone is all right. We are about to return to the play. Confirmation. Looked like maybe young fan trying to make a catch, got the wind knocked out of him. Lagoni back in the box, Rising back on the mound. He sets, kicks, fires, and that one is fouled away. And they'll do it all over again. Rising, fires, grounded, outside of third, foul. Rising delivers the pitch. Low, and it's 1-2. 1-2 count, 2 outs here, top of the 7th inning. The pitch is popped up, first base side. That one will reach the seats. Continuing to battle is Lagoni. Lagoni fouls another one back, and they'll do it once again. Rising gets him to fly that one to center field. Hammond drifts back. He's under it. He makes the play. And after a battle, a few long ABs, Luke Rising finishes off a 1-2-3 7th inning of work. We are 6.5 innings through this contest, and we're all tied up at 8. You don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back. A new pitcher on for Jamestown here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Nick Iannello. Iannello from Penfield, New York, tossed 2 innings versus the Muckdogs on Thursday, allowing 1 run. Just finished up his senior season at SUNY Brockport, who had one of their best seasons in school history. They broke their program record for wins, going 36-5-2. Iannello, a big part of that, pitching to a 2.41 ERA in 18 2/3 innings. The first batter he'll face in the Muckdogs lineup is Tyler Castrataro, who takes one high for the first out. Pitch. Swing and a miss from Castrataro. It's 1-1. One on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One, two on the way to the right-hander. Lines it off the net foul, and they'll do it again. That one lined to shortstop, 1 hop, fielded. The throw to first is in time from Ligoni. And the first out is made. As Braden Reyna digs into the box. A battle between 2 guys growing up in similar areas. Reyna, a Rochester native. First pitch is outside, and it's 1-0. Next offering, fouled right back. Talked a little bit about the nets before. If there was no net behind home plate, that one might have come up and gone into my direction. Reyna calls time. But I don't want anyone to worry. My experience as a third-string high school first baseman would have had me covered there. Iannello kicks, fires. Reyna swings through it, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 on the way. Reyna leaves it, but it's a called strike 3. Looked like a changeup that dotted the outside part of the plate. 2 up, 2 down for Iannello. Cooper Romick now in the box. Romick still looking for his first hit of the day. Got hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Has struck out twice. As here he lines one into left field, but right at Frizzell, and that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 inning in the top half and the bottom half of the 7th inning. This game going into the 8th, all tied up at 8. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. While we have a moment, I'd like to shine a light on the incredible sponsors which power Muckdogs baseball. So many incredible companies. Just to shout out a few, a huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Eli Fish, Rochester Regional Health, the Mental Health Association, Tiny Piney, Tompkins Bank, YMCA, Whole Life Fitness, and many, many more. This season, you can connect with the dogs like never before with exclusive content on our social media platforms. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. In the bottom half of the inning, I'll have something loaded up, ready to go between innings that you can see a little bit of the social media content that we'll be providing here all season long. I truly think there's no better way to get to know some of the players than to peek behind the curtain with social media. Sort of get to know the guys, their personalities. We'll have some mic'd up segments. The first one of the year with Skip Martinez in the works will be uploaded soon. Luke Rising back for a second inning of work, pumps in a strike to Costello to open up the top of the eighth. Second pitch. Fly ball left center field. That one will get down for a base hit. Mindas fields it, throws it in. And Costello is on to open the eighth. Nico Grizel in the box now. He'll take a strike from Rising to open up the AB. Frizzell laces that one foul, first base side, well out of play. And the count runs to 0-2. Checking in on Costello. Nice move from Rising, but he wasn't too far off the bag. Gets back in standing. The pitch. A breaking ball. Checks his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Luke Rising gets his first strikeout of the day and the first out of the eighth. Aiden Nolasco now digs into the box. First pitch he sees is a fastball outside, ball one. Nolasco 0 for 3 on the day. That one in for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 coming home. Nolasco skies it into right center field. Hammond tracks it down, and there are two away. Now, up to Matthew Dumas, back in the 6th inning. Dumas, he shows bunt right there. Back in the 6th, key piece of a rally for the Tarpskunks, which gave them the lead temporarily as he drew a walk against Irwin's Branch. That one is cracked into right field, but Dodonna is right there for the third out of the inning. Luke Rising glides through a second scoreless inning, and after 7.5 innings of play, it's 8-8. Coming down to the wire. A potential classic in the making.
Pre-game superstition, black coffee, and picks every day. That's pre-game superstition.
You gotta get Chipotle before every game.
I do really bad pitching if I don't drink 500 milligrams of caffeine and 6 ibuprofens. It's just my thing.
I have an energy drink and I pray.
I pray. Always gotta pray for me. 3-game superstition, 7 brew coffee. There we go. According to a baseball book I've read called Mental ABCs of Baseball, it says superstitions are bad.
Okay. Energy drink. I want to sleep as much the night before. Meditation. I have a playlist that I listen to before every game. That's about it. PB&J and goldfish before every game. I mean, I usually do the same band routine every time. It's really the only superstition I guess I have. I'm not a very superstitious guy. I have to listen to Gunna before every game.
Eat 3 bananas before the game. Monkey never crumbs.
Always gotta have an energy drink before the game.
Oh, I gotta go to Dunkin' Donuts, get a medium tornado twist. Have to before every game. I gotta go get one right now. Oh, tornado twist, now we go.
Leading off here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Brian Fry. Fry, the cleanup hitter today, came around to score after getting hit by a pitch. He'll take ball 1 right there. That hit by pitch transpired in the 5-run 3rd inning for the Muckdogs. That one called a strike. It's 1-1 on the utility man Fry. Again, playing his 3rd different position in 3 games tonight. Iannello pumps in a strike and jumps ahead 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Iannello goes to the high heater and sets down Fry for the first out of the 8th. Now up, Jackson Inman. The pitch. Ground ball, diving stop by Nolasco. The throw to first in time. What a play by Aiden Nolasco for the 2nd out of the 8th inning, saving a base hit. Now Sean Mindas digs into the box with 2 outs here in this 8th inning. After a sparkling play from Nolasco. Breaking ball almost hits Mindas, turns his back. It's ball 1. 1-0 count on the left fielder. That one just a touch inside, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball from Iannello. Gets Mindas to wave at it. Mindas calls time in the box. Iannello, trying to throw off his rhythm, held that ball a bit longer. The pitch popped up. Right field, taking a few steps in on it. The catch is made by Weeks, and the side is retired. We are heading into the 9th inning. This game is still tied 8-8. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back for the 9th inning of a tie ball game. Leading off, it's Brady Marshall. Walking up to song talking about having a bad day. Breaking ball in there for strike one. I'll tell you a guy who has not had a bad day. That's Brady Marshall. 1 for 2 at the plate, reached base 3 times, has stolen a base. That went outside for a ball. The only out he made was a productive one. RBI ground out in the 6th inning, which tied the game at 7. Marshall grounds that one to second base. Walker drifts over. Fields fires in time for the first out of the inning. Branston Lindquist now digs into the box. Smoked a triple to the wall his last time up. That one in there for a strike. Sorry, we'll be going radio for a couple pitches. Luke Rising delivers a slider just outside there for a ball. It's 1-1. Don't you worry, that's enough of the radio. We're back to TV action as Lindquist fouls that one back. It's 1-2. Check swing. They say he did not go. And the count is even at 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way from Rising. Comes home. That one. Tap to shortstop. Castrotaro charging. Fields. Throws in time. A slick play from the shortstop for the second out of the inning. You know, watching Tyler Castrotaro play defense, you can tell that is really a strong suit of his game. A few times today, he's had to crash in, charge hard for a ball, and make a throw on a run to first base, and he makes it look easy. I promise you, that is not an easy play. Now 2 outs in the inning. Rising delivers to Bremner. That one fouled away. It's 0-1. That one, a touch outside Rising wanted it, as did much of the Muckdog bench. Called a ball nonetheless, and it's 1-1. Rising's 1-1 to Bremner. Fly ball right field. Dodonna drifts to his right and makes the play for the third out of the inning. Luke Rising once again comes in and is excellent. Has pitched 3 shutout innings, allowed just 1 hit through 8.5 innings of play. This game is all tied up at 8. We'll be heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Muckdogs with a chance to walk this thing off when we return. We return for the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Tarpskunk closer is on the mound. Anthony Serrano shut down the Muckdogs on Thursday, closed that ball game out. He'll be on again. Serrano, a teammate of Muckdog starter Pablo Sainz at Columbia State College. Got a fastball that creeps into the 90s. Sharp breaking ball to go along with it. As the final countdown rings, Cooper Fesh digs into the box. Fesh made his first appearance of the season last night as a pinch hitter. Recorded a single. 1-for-1 on the young campaign. Fesh in place of Bolton. Seems like Bolton was shaken up. They took him out after he drew a walk, brought Braden High into pinch run. Fesh, after that, took over catching responsibilities. Fesh gets ready for Serrano's first pitch. Swing and a miss through the heater. It's 0-1. The 0-1 on the way. Inside it hits Fesh. And the winning run is on to open the bottom of the 9th. You take them however you can. Base runners at a premium against a pitcher like Serrano. It may hurt a little bit, but Cooper Fesh will take that. Now pinch hitting for Caleb Walker. It's the outfielder, Jacob Vetchko. Excuse me, this is for Luke Dodonna, outfielder for outfielder. Takes a ball. He's up 1-0. Serrano's 1-0 offering. Trying to hold back Fesh. Vetchko takes a big hack, swings through it, and the count is even. One on the way. Skies that one. Well foul. First base side. And it's 1-2. That one low and away. It's 2-2. Vetchko did a good job leaving off the breaking ball. Two on the way. Vetchko ground ball through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. A seeing eye single has Batavia in business. Winning run at second base with nobody out. Now up to bat, it'll be Caleb Walker. And in this situation, you have to figure that the bunt is very likely to be on. Walker does square. He pulls it back in time. It's a ball. Saw Nolan Smith, the first baseman, crashing. They're going to want to try to be aggressive and get that out at third. You'll likely see what they call the wheel play. The second baseman will run to first. Shortstop covers second. Third baseman stays home. Walker's main goal, bunt it down that third base line. Force third baseman to run over and field it. Or make Anthony Serrano make a really tough play as he's going to fall to the first base side of the rubber. A ball bunted down the third base line, that's a long commute for him from that mound. 2-0 pitch. Walker gets it down, but foul. Sent it in the right direction, just outside of the line. For Jamestown, this is the situation where practice really pays off. Walker gets it down. That one, foul. And now with 2 strikes, will the bunt stay on? Bunt defense, something that every baseball coach hammers home. Lots of practice, but these guys really have not had a lot of time to practice together. The 2-2 offering. Bunt is off. Walker takes it just outside, and the count runs full. Three balls, 2 strikes, runners at first and second, bottom of the 9th inning. Game tied at 8. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A huge first out for Anthony Serrano. And with 1 away, Travis Hammond steps into the box. Hammond, a speedster. A sacrifice bunt is not really the play here, but you could see him try to bunt for a hit. If he lays it down that third base line well, he could certainly beat it out. No bunt in effect. He takes a breaking ball for strike 1. The pitch. That one upstairs for ball 1. One on the way. Breaking ball in there, strike 2. 1-2 count now. On the Muckdogs center fielder. The pitch. Ducks out of the way upstairs. And the count is even now. 2-2. Here's Skip Martinez shouting, "Don't be afraid to go oppo." 2-2 pitch. Hammond fouls it off, stays alive. They'll do it once again. Two and two. Coming home. In there for strike 3 called. A breaking ball clips the outside corner from Serrano. There are 2 down now. Now up to the plate, it's Tyler Castrataro. Castrataro gotten on base twice, had an RBI single in the 3rd, drew a walk in the 1st, the first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. My apologies, did not have an RBI, but led off that big 5-run 3rd inning. Has the chance now to be the hero with the winning run, Cooper Fesh at second base, just 180 feet away from scoring. And the pitch, that one upstairs for ball 1. Count now 1-1. One on the way to Castrataro, and the pitch. Breaking ball inside, steps out of the way, and goes ahead 2-1 now. Serrano kicks, fires. Upstairs. And Castrataro in the driver's seat, up 3-1. On the way. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. The runners will be off on the pitch. A base hit to the outfield will almost certainly bring Fesh home. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Serrano roars off the mound. We will have extra innings. 2 runners on with nobody out, but Serrano does a tight-roped act, dances out of trouble, and we are headed to the 10th inning. This game is still knotted up at 8. back for the 10th inning. 9 innings. Not enough to decide this one between the Tarpskunks and Muckdogs. And with extra innings comes the quote-unquote ghost runner. Extra innings will bring a ghost runner at second base. Don't want to call it a ghost runner because a man will actually be standing there, and that man for Jamestown will be Justin Bremner. Bremner made the last out of the 9th inning, flying out to right field. And the first man who will come to the plate here in the top of the 10th inning is Nolan Smith. Smith, a huge reason why this game is tied up in the first place, had a huge 3-run single way back in the 5th. Could call it a 3-1 single, call it 2 runs and an error allowing the 3rd run to score. No matter what you want to call it, it was a huge hit and it changed the tenor of the game. He'll have a tough task, though, as he will face Garrett Beaver, the 3-year Muckdog veteran. They've left it to Beaver. He delivers a strike to open this one up. The numbers on Beaver are eye-popping. Last season, in 18 innings, just a 1 ERA. He finished off the run rule victory against Elmira last night. He'll fake to second, won't make a throw, just keeps Bremner close. The pitch. On the outside corner, strike 2. Nolan Smith now at the plate. Behind 0-2. Beaver comes home. Outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A big first out for Garrett Beaver. Gets Nolan Smith to wave at that one down and away. And now Eric Weeks will step into the box with 1 out and Bremner still on second base. That one lined into left field. Excuse me, it is caught. Looked like that one had a ticket for the outfield. But Jackson Inman was there. Just jammed a touch. A jam shot off of the bat of Weeks. And there are 2 outs now. Bremner still at second base. It's always an interesting thought. If you want to go for the bunt, we're trying to bring in more runs. Beaver's first pitch is outside. Fesh does a nice job sliding out and grabbing it, making sure it doesn't go behind him. The count's 1-0. The 1-0. That one in there for strike. It's 1-1 now. Beaver got one looped into left field. Castrotaro cannot make the play. It's over his head. Bremner scores. Advancing to second base is Lagoni. He is in there with a go-ahead RBI single. They trade places as Jamestown now leads 9-8 in the top of the 10th inning. Just a little jam shot, but he got enough mustard behind that swing to muscle it into the outfield. Now Dom Costello digs into the box, hoping to extend Jamestown's lead. Got another runner at second base, advanced on the throw, Lagoni did. That one, outside, ball one. Anyone keeping score, that does not count as an earned run on Beaver, as the runner was on second base purely by a rule and not by his doing, as that's strike one. The count's 1-1. Beaver's 1-1 offering. That one in there for strike two. One pitch away from getting out of this inning. Beaver sets, looks back at Lagoni, fires home, popped up down the third base line. That one lands in the Muckdog bullpen. Beaver ready to come home. That one inside. Costello ducks out of the way, and it's 2-2. Two pitch coming home. In there for strike three called. Jamestown scores one run on one hit after 9.5 innings of play. The Tarpskunks lead 9-8. When we return, we'll have the bottom of the 10th inning. A new pitcher on for the bottom of the 10th inning for Jamestown. It'll be the lefty sidewinder, Mark Holm. Holm, a Bracebridge, Ontario native, just finished his freshman season at SUNY Niagara, where he was excellent. In 17 2/3 innings of work, he had just a 1.02 ERA, struck out 18 batters, and walked just 6. So Holm is a guy who's going to throw the ball in the zone. And bringing on the lefty home, the first batter he'll face is the lefty extra hitter, Braden Reyna. Tyler Castrataro, who made the last out of the bottom of the ninth, will be placed at second base here. Holmes' first offering. Reyna shows bunt, but fouls it to the backstop. It's 0-1. Reyna shows bunt again and gets it down. The throw to first base from Lindquist is in the dirt and not fielded cleanly. Coming around for home is Castrataro. He is safe. An acrobatic slide from the middle infielder has this game all tied up at 9. What a slide from Castrataro right there. Daring base running to go for home. He rounded third hard. Saw that ball in the dirt. It skipped away at all, even just the slightest bit. He was ready to go. The throw beat him, but Castrataro beat the tag, outmatched it. Now, Romich shows bunt. That one to first base. The runner will advance to second base, Reyna. So a sacrifice bunt moves the winning run into second base for Brian Fry. Fry in a lefty-lefty matchup. That one in the dirt. Excellent block by Lindquist to keep it in front of him and keep Reyna at second base. The 1-0 offering on the way. That one up and in. And Fry is ahead 2-0. They're going to intentionally walk Brian Fry to put the double play in order. And now it's up to Jackson Inman. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Home versus Inman. Definitely a tough angle. The way Home releases the ball almost looks like it's behind the left-handed batter. The first pitch to Inman is in there for strike one. Oh, 1 out, bottom 10. Game tied at 9. Runners on first and second base. The pitch to Inman is in the dirt. 1-1. Holmes' offering is fouled. Third base side out of play. Inman wanted that pitch. You can see him jumping up and down at the plate, wishing he could get that one back and lace it into the gap. The 1-2 on the way. Fly ball into left field. Chasing after it. The catch is made. A diving grab in left field. Tagging up for third and making it is Reyna. But a game-saving play by the left fielder, Frizzell. He went a long way for that one. Dove right on the lip of that warning track by the foul pole in left field. An unbelievable play. The winning run just 90 feet away, but now 2 outs, and they're going to put Sean Mindos on, create a force at every base, and Cooper Fesh will dig into the box. It appears they're trying to set up as many lefty-lefty matchups as possible, creating the opportunity for an easy play at any base. But Holm has to throw a strike. And he does. That one grounded to second base. Fielded not cleanly. It's booted. He is safe. And the ball game is over. The Muckdogs win on an E4. Cooper Fesh puts the ball in play, and a good thing happens. A gritty victory. A long contest. Offensive back and forth battle ends on a dribbler. Fesh stays in against a tough lefty and gets the job done. He came off of the bench after James Bolton was pinch ran for, off the bench cold on a chilly day. He gets the job done. The Muckdogs advance to 2-1, and they avenge their loss versus the Skunks on Thursday. Batavia 10, Jamestown 9. I've been Nikita Lohman, taking you through this incredible contest. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, the Muckdogs return to play Wednesday. I'll throw up the schedule, as you can see. Wednesday, Dwyer Stadium, 6:30 p.m. versus Niagara Falls. It'll be no farm, no food night. You will not want to miss it. Again, thank you for everyone who tuned in. Nikita Lohman signing off. Have a great rest of your Sunday night.